If they have to pay out $159 billion less for prescription drugs, then it reduces the deficit.
Savage.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
We're having more technical problems. We live in the 21st century. No!
Savage Unfiltered.
The only reason I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived.
Oh, shut the fuck up! You're a fucking.
Your host, Michael Gard.
Proper fashion at the proper time.
Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, we made it. Alrighty, guys, welcome, guys. As you can see, got a brand new layout, brand new graphics, upgraded the mic wire, so we're getting a little bit more clear audio. I noticed like the last two were kind of, I think the mic wire was going. So got a lot of good stuff. Love it, Shaky. By the way, thank you very much, man. We're not worthy. I mean, definitely Wayne's World 2, man. On these graphics, looking phenomenal. Well fucking put. Looks a hell of a lot more professional. My book, including the co-host here on the show that joins us on Mondays and Wednesdays, Joseph M. Leonard, with his books in the bottom. I mean, this is cutting edge shit, man. Definitely loving it. And before we start the show, guys, I want to say thank you to the team here at Savaged Unfiltered, Savage Studios here with Truth Productions. It's my production company here that we run here in Orlando, Florida, for the show. Got that logo up in the upper right-hand corner of the video podcast, guys. It looks a hell of a lot better than what we were doing before. I mean, we were doing a lot of shit before, a lot of editing. And I mean, this, like Shaky, this literally cuts down like at least like 60 to 70% of the fucking editing. It looks phenomenal. It really does. Cutting edge. I love it. All the platforms that we're affiliated with on our audio end, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Audible, Apple Music, all of them. Google Podcasts, I see there. I mean, it's just everything. And constantly growing. I wish I could add more, but you know, if I did, guys, I would go down all the way down to the fucking screen. So yeah, thank you to my team here at Savaged Unfiltered for designing this. Shaky put a big part on this. I can't say more than enough. Another announcement, guys. We are back on Restream. Yes, I think Restream. We were gone from Restream for almost a year. I know we were doing a lot with Restream Network last year, around this time last year, going into the summer. June, July, we kind of took a little break from it. Shaky and I were basically discussing, you know, an idea to design more of a studio overlay backdrop here, which we have. Obviously, guys, if you're viewing us in the video format, you can see a huge upgrade to the show, and I think it looks phenomenal. I really do. Also, too, guys, we are going to be having a backdrop. That's right. The checkerboard backdrop that I've been using. No, this is not a backdrop, guys. These are actually sound panels. They're going to stay, but we ordered a custom backdrop for the show. So not only are you going to see these beautiful overlays here in the video format, but you're also going to see right behind me a custom backdrop with the show's graphics, logo, everything, guys. It's going to look really, really impressive once we have it. I'm told Shaky, about like at least 4 to 6 weeks, right, before we have it in. Okay, 4 to 6 weeks I'm getting from Shaky. Shaky on the other side from me. I usually sometimes I look at him, or if I'm paying it. If you don't see me constantly doing this, it's because I have a guest, or I have Joseph on the show with me, so I'm trying to pay attention to him. Usually Shaky just talks to me in the headpiece. I have a dual set, guys. I have Shaky in one ear and the guest in the other ear. So yeah, it's easier than doing this all the time, because that gets fucking annoying. I would think it gets annoying, right? But that's just me. But guys, we got a good show today. I want to talk about the retirement, right? The risk behind it. We're seeing a huge risk behind the retirement. Huge. Is your retirement at risk? Or is your retirement safe? Those are the questions need to be asked. And it's funny too, because, a lot of the conversation that comes up with this topic, well, first, it never gets brought up with mainstream. Mainstream will never touch this fucking topic. Never. They'll never touch it. They'll be like, oh, retirement? No, we can't talk about that. Well, why can't you talk about it? Why can't you talk about it? It needs to be discussed. Does it not? Senior citizens right now, folks, are seeing a tremendous risk with their retirement. Now, when you see the word retirement, what does it come up to in your viewpoint? That's the $1 million question that needs to be addressed here on this show. Because we're seeing rise of interest rates. We're seeing skyrocketing inflation. We're seeing explosion of debt. I mean, debt is it's exploding every single day, folks. And it's terrible of what's going on. And just to name a few, global chaos. All of this I just mentioned, folks, is we're going into a huge recession if we're not in a recession already. And if we're not careful, we're going to repeat the same mistake that people seen during the Great Depression. Hopefully we won't get there. Let's just hope, right? Now, I want to try to explain to my listeners here that listen to the show, and for anybody that is listening now and you never heard this show, I try to get the most content into this show as much as possible. It's hard covering every little damn topic or discussion that comes across here in America. I try to cover it all. I really do. But then there's points where, I get sometimes from certain people, well, you should have discussed that. You should have discussed this. You may be right. But folks, just like a podcast versus a talk radio show or terrestrial radio, even terrestrial radio and other podcasters, they can't get every single thing into the show. It's hard. It's impossible. You would need a 15-hour show to address it. And with all due respect to people that may be listening to the show, I don't have 15 hours of energy to talk to you on the show. And I would hope that you would understand that. You'd be surprised. You get some liberal leftists that tune into the show sometimes, and they're like, you should have said that. Why can't you talk for 10 hours? Oh, you try doing it. It's very difficult. Even the best public speakers in this world cannot talk for 10 plus hours. I know some people over there on Twitch there. They play their video games in 10 fucking hours. It's crazy. I could never do it. But guys, I want to get into this story here of just how everyday Americans are ruining the retirement. Now you're going to be like, whoa, why is Mike getting like this? Well, they are. Some, not all Americans. Some everyday Joes and Jills of this country are ruining their retirement. And what do I mean by that? They're overspending and they're not saving correctly. Now, what I mean by overspending and not saving accurately, I'll get to that in a minute. Let's start with overspending. The overspending of what we're seeing here now are people spending their money on shit that they don't need to spend it on.
This April, WrestleMania
I feel the need for speed.
goes Hollywood.
I'm flying, Tez.
Funny how, like a clown, I amuse you.
And there's no going back.
What's with the face paint? It's exfoliating. What's with the voice?
Savaged, unfiltered.
The next agenda I want to talk about is the not saving correctly. Because that's what we're seeing, folks. We're not seeing people save accurately. They're not. If they were saving accurately, we would see it. You know, I see something all the time with folks saying that, I'm not going to know if I have my retirement there at the age of 65 or God knows what age what it is. The government keeps on raising the fucking the retirement age. I'm in my early 40s and I hope to retire by the age of 65, God willing. I hope it's still the same age when I get to that point. Folks, I really don't want to be working until I'm fucking 90 years old, almost dead. I mean, who the hell wants to do that? You work from the age of, I started working at the age of 15. Most folks don't start working, at least this generation doesn't start working until they're at least 21. But I started working at the age of 15. Now, let's think about that, okay? Because the point I just made now, with not saving correctly, okay? I'm going to get to that point again because I'm kind of going off the rails, but I want to talk about this one topic here before I go way, way off the rails, okay? Because everything what I'm saying, folks, is I hope it's making sense to an extent. Not everybody gets it. I understand that. But here's the thing, folks. I've been working since the age of 15. I'm now 40 years old, okay? So that's 15 to 25 is 10 years, 35, 20 years. So 25 years. 25 years I've been working so far. Add another 10 years from that, I'll be 50. That's 35 years, 60, 45 years. Okay? When I'm 65 years old, I will be working for a total of 45 years. Now they want to raise the retirement age to 70. Okay? That is 50 years of working. 50 years. Can you imagine making that public to the country? Just hearing that 50 years of working. That's crazy. Crazy. When I get to 65 years old, I hope to retire. I hope to have some money left to live out the rest of my life. My God. Now, the not saving correctly. I hope you are saving, folks. I really do. I hope you're saving. Because if you're not, oh, you're in up shit's creek, folks. Really. Up shit's creek. Got a lot more here to talk about, guys, on the show.
Like this. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes. And people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over. I threw the script away. I mean, who's gonna believe that crazy idea?
Shows. Welcome back, guys. I had to get a quick break. But, guys, I'm going to close it out here soon here on today's show. Before we get into the, is your retirement at risk here, I want to read something off of this placard here I got from some good friends here at Help Me Grow, Florida. For those who know, I do live in the state of Florida, guys. Help Me Grow Florida is a free over-the-phone resource that helps connect families, children, and caregivers to the services they need. Now, folks, is your child a Florida resident or between the ages of birth through 8 years of age? If so, Help Me Grow Florida can help your child have the best possible start in life by answering any questions or concerns about your child's development, guiding you through our free developmental and behavior screenings. They also provide parenting tips, activities, and other useful information. And you can also follow up to ensure your child receives the right services. You are there for your children. They are there for you. Guys, how does this work? Well, if you contact them with any questions or need resources for your child's health, development, behavior, and learning, you can get connected by calling 211 and ask for Help Me Grow. You can also complete a free developmental screening or milestone checklist at www.helpmegrowfl.org. Again, guys, it's www.helpmegrowfl.org. Okay? If you missed the website, guys, we'll put it in the show notes so you guys can reach out to them at Help Me Grow Florida or their Twitter at Help Me Grow FL. Amazing stuff, guys. Amazing. So reach out to Help Me Grow Florida, guys. They're a tremendous, tremendous organization. Hat tip to you guys for bringing this over to the show's attention. I think it really deserved a push, guys. So we're back here on the show of shows, guys. Yeah, the retirement age is at an all-time risk. Seniors are facing struggles more than ever in this generation before. Um, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know where our country will be, possibly in the next 2 to 5 years, because we're seeing an ultimate shift, not only in politics, folks, but just all over the world for that matter. It's crazy what's going on. Crazy stuff. Really is. But before we close it up here, I want to make another announcement, guys. I hope everybody is enjoying the behind the scenes, guys. Got some good stuff here with behind the scenes. Last Thursday, we did our first behind the scenes episode. I had some emails from some listeners that tune in. You know, I always leave the personal, well, not the personal, but the email that's affiliated with the show at SAVAGEDUNFILTEREDPODCAST@gmail.com. Amazing stuff, guys. Amazing stuff. So I highly suggest you check that out. It's available in its video format on Rumble. You search us on Rumble, Savage Unfiltered. Or if you're just an audio guy, guys, it is available in many outlets on audio: Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor. If you are viewing us on video, guys, you can see all the video outlets on the just about the upper right-hand corner, just about almost in the middle there, you can see. But yeah, guys, behind the scenes, you get to see exactly what we do here before the show starts. Sometimes, in between commercial breaks, you'll see Joseph scratching his nose, probably Sauce, picking his ass. Just joking, Sauce. Sauce is a good guy. He's up there in Wisconsin, attending college. Young man, 25 years old, wanting to be an ordained minister. Awesome stuff, guys. But yeah, really good stuff. Also, too, guys, I want to basically thank you for taking the overlay off here. Shaky here. We do have our book still available, put on the video format for those who are viewing us on video. You'll see the QR code that just popped up. Audio, guys, you're not going to see it. I'm sorry, you're not going to see it. But if you guys go on Amazon, guys, it's a great book. I know it makes a good stocking stuffer around the holidays. If you're trying to find that great political book for a friend that follows politics very heavily, get my book, guys, on Amazon. America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War. It's available in 2 formats. It's available in softcover for $12.99, as well as our ebook format for $6. Or if you have the Audible Unlimited, that's right, guys. Audible Unlimited, you get it for free. That's right, guys, for free. You want more information, just take your cell phone and scan that QR code on the bottom screen here, guys, and really good stuff. Also, too, guys, for everybody that is into iHeartRadio, I love iHeartRadio. Phenomenal stuff, guys. Check us out on iHeartRadio. Put up the QR code right there in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Yes, we are on iHeartRadio. Just scan that QR code, and it will pop right up to our main platform link there on iHeart. Savage Unfiltered on iHeart. Thank you very much, iHeartRadio. Doing phenomenal on iHeartRadio. A lot of competition. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A lot of political competition there on iHeart. But, the show is definitely getting its respectable reach there on iHeart. So thank you very much. Guys, we're gonna be closing it up here momentarily, but I want to leave this message here before we close it up, guys. Please save your money, because we cannot rely on the government to give us promises here, obviously, of what we're seeing here in the country. Save the money, folks, because you might not have a retirement in the near future. You might not. I mean, you have to save the money. I save my money. Get a 401k account. Well, I don't want to say too much good about 401k because we've just noticed that the 401k has been crashing quite recently. My 401k was doing fucking phenomenal under the leadership of Donald Trump. I had to, guys, sadly, I had to put a pause on my 401k now that Joe Biden is president. I did because I was losing money from it. My stocks, I don't even have an active stock anymore. Any of my accounts. I had to close most of them because I'm losing money from it. We're in terrible times under the wrong leadership. I can tell you that. But whatever amount of money you make, for all my young people out there that listen to the show or follow us on social media, guys and ladies, please save as much as you possibly can. I know it's hard. I was your age at one time too in my early 20s, with the party scene and everything. I get it. You want to go out on a Friday, Saturday night. You want to have a good time. You want to, you want to pop open that bottle or that can or, drink that drink. I get it. We're young. We're supposed to be like that. But guys, save what you can. A good thing for my grandmother used to say, if you make $100, try to at least save 5% of that. 5%. That's $5, folks. Put that $5 in a savings account. You get paid every week. That's $20. Paid every 2 weeks, right? That's $10. That shit adds up, folks. Put that in the savings account. Because then when you get time to retire and the money that you're getting from a pension or your Social Security or whatever, that money that you've been saving since your early 20s and it's in the savings account, there'll be a lot. Because I don't know if you know this, but most banks, especially with their savings, it grows interest over a period of time. So you'll have extra amount of money. Might not make sense now to do it, but 30, 40 years down the road, it's going to make sense because you're going to get to that crossroads in life. And it sucks. It really does. I know people my age right now in their 40s that don't even have a dime to piss in or a bucket to piss in or whatever the terminology is, but you get what I'm trying to say. Folks, you need to save. You need to save what you have now because you might not have a fucking future later in life. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to today's show. Basically calling it, is your retirement at risk? It is, folks. It really is. It's at risk more than ever. We are at a crossroads, so to speak, in life where we have to watch where we spend our money, and we need to literally save our money more than ever now. We really do, folks. It's now or never. You either go down one road or you go down the other road. There's no in between. No in between. And people need to understand that. They really do. They really do. There's no such thing as multiple streams of income. I think people are working more now than ever. And what I mean by that, as I close this up, guys, I think people are working longer hours, which is putting strain on their bodies, obviously. They're working multiple jobs. And this is nothing new. We've seen this shit in the 80s. I remember my mother, God rest her soul, before she passed away, she would work 3 jobs. I would never see my mother. My grandparents raised me more than my mother. Not saying my mother was a bad woman or nothing. She had to work those 3 jobs. Because come Christmas time or birthdays, we would have all those nice things because, my mother would be working 3 jobs to provide to my brother and I. Which, by the way, folks, I covered that in my next book. A little spoiler alert. My next book coming out May 4th of this year. Through the Savage Door, guys. You'll see that. So, other than that, guys, I'm going to give you a hat tip out of here. I got to get you guys out of here. Thank you for tuning in to almost a 40-minute show. I've been kind of cutting them kind of between 30 to 40 minutes. I know sometimes we do some long shows. Just depends on the content. A lot of people like, well, how long is your podcast? I don't know. It just depends on the content. I think that's the best way to say it. They go longer, obviously. Depending on the content, right? Now I'm repeating myself. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Happy Monday to all you guys out there. Hope you had a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the week, guys, and I'm out of here. Take it easy, guys.